I give all praise and glory to Yahweh Bahasham, Yahweh Shai Bahasham Ha-Rakah Kodash. Double honors unto our apostle elders, which ruled Great Millstone Wow, which taught us, taught Israel the truth, taught me the truth. Yahweh Shai is the truth. Shalom to the hopeful elect of the nation of Israel, Wa Abba Babal. So, as Indiana is in darkness for multiple days, Nero 47 hosts, he pretty much does NASCAR. All right, so this shows you he's the cruel Lord spoken of in Isaiah 19:4. He is the king of Babylon, according to Isaiah 14. All right. Because look at what he does while Americans are going without food, without power. They said they're being robbed. I hope to let this video play a little bit, and they're going to tell of the situation over there, which you could only know by really being there, you know, and how it's actually going. But they're pretty much talking about purge-like scenarios because of the power being out after a strong storm. All right, but Nero 47, all right, they did attend a high-profile Freedom 250 IndyCar Grand Prix in downtown Washington, D.C., which headlined the Capitol's weekend event celebrating the nation's 250th birthday. See, and they're doing entertainment, right? They're at the Colosseum Bread and Circus as the Roman Emperor Nero, all right? Nero is allowing Rome to burn like Indiana, all right? So I'm going to play this video. I hope not to get a strike. I claim the Copyright Act of Section 107, which gives me the right to use copyrighted material for edification and education, and I'm educating my people, the Israelites, according to the Bible, and that it's biblically historic and prophecy, which the whole world operates under the scriptures, according to the scriptures. That's why it's called a scripture. It's literally how life is going to play out, this movie, all right? And it tells you everybody's place, all right? And we've been prophesying of this by the Holy Spirit, 2 Ezra 15, Isaiah 13, all right? It's going to get real bad out here to the point where these proud women are going to humble down to the point where there's going to be one man and multiple women, all right? And they're going to serve him just to feel safe, all right? But here's this video. Oh, see, and this is a brother's video, so I know the brother, he don't mind that I share his video. I thought this was a different person's video, not in the truth. That's why I declared the copyright, but he has it right there. All right.
There's a Facebook group called White Servers, meaning these are people who are working at restaurants and they are servers. And when they see us in the building, they are doing stuff to your food. So I would suggest that you stop and get your recipe book together and make the best meals ever.
And really, the scriptures say never trust your enemy. And this beast man, Edom, all right, part of him being a beast is he pretty much is ruthless. All right, he don't care about any boundaries or any integrity, or he's pretty much the most vilest creature on earth. All right, he's worse than a pig, worse than any disgusting creature you could imagine. Right, Esau's the worst because he's trying to destroy the earth. The other animals, like a pig, they were created for a purpose. Esau is just literally destruction. Aisha wasted away. He's cursed. All right. So for him to be making you a sandwich, he's gonna curse your sandwich.
Invite people over. Break bread at home, at each other's home. Make it a date. Make meals. Make appetizers. But stop eating out. You're being targeted.
Can y'all tell me why there's 400,000 people in a group, a racist group, that is going around, and when black families or black people come into their restaurants and they're the servers and they're the white servers, they're all working together and going to the back and bringing your food out, but it's not coming out regular. They're putting their saliva in your food, y'all. They are putting their saliva and whatever else that they want to put in y'all's food because you're dark skinned. Huh? That just
which is a prophecy that Israel would eat their bread defiled amongst the heathen. All right. So these prophecies are being fulfilled, and now we're coming to the end. And that's why Edom, the so-called white race, they're coming down with great wrath, knowing that they have but a short time. Why do they know? They see the prophets and they see the prophecies happening. All right. And what are they doing? They're making bunkers. So this is why they're wiser than the children of light. The children of light, they still trust their enemy to make sandwiches for them. All right. When in fact it tells you that we're pretty much going to go to home cooking because all this technology is going to be shut off, just like it is in Indiana. All right. So let me see. Right here it is.
Oh, back here. But I digress.
Right. Look at India. Here's a video
for whatever
of Indiana.
it is. And now I gotta go.
There is a major crisis happening in Gary, Indiana, and for some reason, no one is talking about it. Now,
But you gotta know that Indiana means Indiana. So this is a ritual. All right. And Diana was a god of the Greeks, which the Romans took on. All right. And it goes back to even Egypt and Babylon. But in Diana, it means in their false god, Diana.
the news, not enough people on social media, and it's truly horrific. Gary, Indiana is literally being left in the dark. I don't mean this as a metaphor. People are in the pitch dark for days at a time, y'all. Days. And it is like the purge on crack there. People have been left without power for days after a huge storm ripped through northwest Indiana. People are struggling to find gas. People are literally breaking into other people's homes to steal their generators. And every resident that did have food now has no food at all because all of their produce has went to waste because of no electricity. And a lot of residents have been reporting very frightening situations where they're too afraid to leave their homes because people are breaking in to steal generators and to try.
which this is 2nd Ezra 15. All right, 2nd Ezra 15. You could read verse 10 on down. All right, the Israelites are being led into a slaughter. All right, and it's going to start with the plagues that were put on Egypt. Look at the wicked deeds that these Americans are doing, like sacrificing their children, right? You just got the law passed through majority of the states to abort your children at birth. You just had a bunch of women show up to support a woman that strangled all her children, and she was seen as a hero. That was allowed to happen, and you call this place a Christian nation. All right, so you blaspheme the name of the Lord, and He's gonna judge you. All right, and it's already happening. It's already happening. All right, and who's suffering the most out of this are the women that have no men. All right.
You steal food. And if this situation doesn't sound bad enough, all while this is happening, the people who are supposed to be restoring the actual power reportedly shot at a utility crew worker while they were trying to fix the power. Thankfully, no one was injured, but...
And they're saying that this was the poor that shot at the utility worker, but really there was an agenda happening. So they stopped the fixing of the equipment by intimidation so that their sacrifice could continue without any interference, because it would interfere with their intentions if they were able to put the power back on. But they're running experiments on the people, which eventually they're going to make an implantable microchip mandatory for buying and selling worldwide. And them in America, the Israelites that take that, they're going to be in the lake of fire, the nuclear destruction of this whore. All right? Because America is in a way Diana from the past of the Greeks and the Romans. All right? This is why the name America is bitter, you know? And they have that Statue of Liberty, which is actually an insult to Jake, thinking that they were freed from slavery. All right? That's really what that Statue of Liberty stands for. They were mocking you, making you think that you were free when they took you from plantation to employee. All right? So this whole place is built on the hate of the Israelites. Jacob, the descendants of Jacob, whose name was changed to Israel, all right, are the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native American Indians, which have been scattered throughout the world for many generations. All right.
Why would someone even do something like that when they're coming to help? And the people who are suffering through this are not only just young people.
And they didn't. It wasn't the locals. It was people to make sure that the operation continues as planned.
Talking about elderly people that need power, that are probably living by themselves and going through hell. And while all of this is going on, there is trees, rubbish that is not being cleared. People have huge trees on top of their houses that's letting all the hot air in, and they have no AC.
All right, so there's people that have no roof because either the wind or the tree took it. All right, there was flooding. So these people are left with nothing. All right, and they're refusing to give them power. When the utility company was there, they took gunfire. Right, they're saying by the locals, but we know that this is intended as an experiment. See, they're running an experiment on you to see if you'll eat each other. And eventually you are. All right, that's the prophecy. You're going to literally eat your children, because when they sieged in the past in 70 AD, the actual people of Israel at that time ate their children because there was no food. All right. So that's prophesied for this Babylon the Great to also play out cannibalism because of the lack of goods, which is going to be a famine caused by Esau.
You have people having trees on their cars where they're not able to go to work or travel.
And I made a sit down on this, on why they want to do this, being that this is a debt-based system. And when you look at the debt clock, it's all according to citizen. And then you got you have the stock market, but then you have the debt and credit market, which is, I can't think of the name right now, but pretty much they trade the debt and the credit of the people. The rich are the credit, the poor are the debt. All right. And they sell them to international players, which is pretty much trading in human effort. All right. This is why when you go get a job, it's called a human resource. All right.
Even get in their vehicle. Elderly people are suffering. Homeless people are suffering. Disabled people are suffering. And if you don't have a reliable form of transportation, you're basically stuck in the house with no power. And for some reason, this story is just not.
That was the point I was thinking, though, is the point of the senior citizens. All right. If they die off, that's money in the rich's pocket because of the benefits that they give to the old, the seniors, and also the poor, which majority of the benefits are given to Jake women. These apartments are full of Jake women. There's tons of women that own houses. All right. Who has the jobs? These Jake women. So they're literally losing everything because the kingdom of Edom, the serpent, is crumbling. So their kingdom is coming down. A world to serve them, a metropolitan. All right. It's changing to fit the men because when we go into this state of everything being chaotic, the elect men are going to be more precious than fine gold.
Getting enough attention, and I don't know why.
What's going on with the city of Gary? Look at these bags up under my eyes. Now I don't get no sleep anyway because I'm menopause. But now at nighttime, I don't sleep at night because every little noise, I think somebody's trying to get up in here. So,
See? So they can't sleep, terrified of sounds, just like the Egyptians back in the past. All right? In darkness, and they're being terrified, terrorized. All right?
People ready. You know what I'm saying? But what is going on? Like the fact that...
And see, they don't know what's going on, so they don't have no peace. Peace, it rests with the prophets of Israel, which we know what's going on. We've been saying what's going on, but you reject it, you deny it, you refuse it, and now it's happening in your face. All right? They said people are stealing generators. Any much longer, they'll be stealing people for food. They'll be snatching your kids for food. And they'll boil it as it's prophesied over a campfire. You see, this is what's coming to America. And it's a judgment for what they've done unto us, the Israelites. And these reprobates, they're caught up in it. They don't know what's going on because they didn't pay attention. They rejected the Lord. All right, so they're going to play the part of a 2/3, which it's all predestined. But the Israelites, all of them, even the ones that die in the lake of fire, they're going to be born through the loin of the elect. We're going to multiply many times over. And the ones that die in the lake of fire, they're going to come through us and be our children. We're the fathers. The hopeful elect are the actual beginning of Israel, the forefathers. All right? That's why we're here.
And the city of Gary is getting no assistance. I don't want to...
No assistance. They shot at the utility worker trying to restore the power. So this is intended. This is premeditated murder. This is depopulation. And it's because of the debt. All right. They're trying to save Babylon. They're trying to heal her, but it's failing. All right. It's only bringing forth judgment. It's only going to speed it up faster.
Hear that fake ass shit about somebody shot at the NIPSCO truck. But you're going to punish the whole city of Gary and say that we're not going to get any power until September? What?
See, she said September. I saw an article said we could see no power for 18 months, which I showed in a sit down. And they said in 2 months, people will be cannibalizing each other. See? So we're going into a great tribulation, and it's going to be because they're bringing forth an implantable microchip, the mark of the beast, and they're trying to make it mandatory for buying and selling, and they're deceiving you with chaos, which you're really giving over to it. The Lord is dealing with everybody on different levels. All right, He's dealing with the elect with a spirit of life, a spirit of peace, but then with the rest of the world, He's dealing with demonic spirits. All right, and He deals with these men through Yahweh Shai. Yahweh Shai is the head, whether you're an elect of Israel or you're an Illuminati elite of the Edomites. Yahweh Shai is controlling you. All right.
What about the elderly people that live alone and that's up in their houses with no power, no nothing? Now, in a minute, y'all gonna find some stinking bodies up in these houses.
Sure, you're going to find people eating those stinky bodies because the food, there's no more food. They said there's no more gas, there's no more power, there's no more, pretty much nothing. You see? And when is it going to hit them that this is a plague from the Lord? And it says they're reasoning in their mind, thinking it, but then the Esau will come at the last minute and act like a hero when the whole time he was mocking you in your distress. He was watching NASCAR in Washington, D.C., while these people are getting ready to cannibalize each other because they have no food, no ability of getting food, and they're being stopped from even getting power so that they could have water or these necessities to maintain life. Why? Because they're depopulating you. All right?
But do you want that mass chaos? Now people are afraid to even leave their houses because people are stealing generators, are doing all of these things. And it's because we are not getting any help in Gary.
See, so they're going to eventually send the military in there and lock it down. And have what? An implantable microchip made mandatory for buying and selling, for identification. This is which direction the American country is going, and that's according to prophecy. All right? It's all in prophecy.
Like, that makes no sense. But make it make sense for me. Because someone allegedly shot at the NIPSCO truck or whatever truck it was, y'all say, but ain't nobody been over here in Gary doing a month.
See, so they're making up stories, but they're running experiments on these people. All the cameras in that area, I guarantee you, they have power. Your phones, they said you don't even have to recharge. They're watching you. So this is like Squid Games, where they showed the elite watching behind a mirror that you couldn't see them, but they could see you. While you suffered, they enjoyed delicacies. So that's what they're doing right now. While these people are being terrorized, they're sitting there and getting pleasure from watching them suffer. All right? And really, it's going to come to the point where they shoot off nuclear missiles on this place. And it's going to be done on the left-hand side by the allies and enemies of America.
A fucking thing. Like, be for real. And that is the reason why you put that story out there, because the city of Gary, the folks of Gary is tired of not getting any help, of not getting any assistance. So we're making noise now. But I see all this work going on in all these little surrounding neighborhoods. Now you want to say, y'all not going to give us no power until September? How cruel and inhumane is that?
That's why Nero 47 is the cruel Lord of Isaiah 19 and 4. All right, and it's going to cause Egyptian against Egyptian, brother against brother, for the lack of bread and for great tribulation, as it says in 2 Ezra 15. We've been prophesying of this, and now that it's happening, you better, not, as it says, do not tarry to repent, because these plagues are coming upon the kingdom of Babylon, because these are the last days, and it's only going to increase. Shalom to the elect of the nation of Israel. Wa abba babal.